You are now listening to Femme Regard Podcast with Tessa Markle
and Carolina Alvarez.
Femme.
Welcome back, Femme Fam. Thank you guys for always listening in. And we have another lovely guest for you guys today. This is Sabine Kahwaji, and we found her on Instagram, like a lot of our guests. And thank you for coming on today, Sabine.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm a big fan of this podcast. It's the best.
Yay!
We love hearing that.
Listening, and yeah, we do. We really do. And it's been fun connecting with our followers like you, because then we get to explore to see what you've done, and found out it's a total different platform than we're comfortable working with, because you get to work with music artists. Some of the people that Sabine has worked with are Tyler Shaw, Kim Petras, and Alicia Cara. And she basically has been able to do like films for them, gone on some tours. But that's my intro to you of the stuff I've stalked you about doing. So why not, you're a filmmaker, you're also trying to direct. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey in the filmmaking world, and how you got started, and exactly what do you do?
For sure. So at the moment, I do promotional videos in the music industry. So I'll cover independently for record labels, for artists. But I initially started, so 2.5 years ago, I decided I would pursue film professionally. And I actually started with a short film. So I wasn't even planning on being involved in the music industry. But after that short film, it did really well. And prior to that, it was a bit of a confusing time because I'd been rejected from film school, and I was like deciding whether or not I could really do this film career.
Yeah.
But the short went on to do really good. It got into festivals. And then after that, I had time to really think about what I love. And I knew growing up, I loved music, and I, for some reason, was obsessed with the music industry. So I needed to find a way to get involved. And then the perfect medium between film and music was music videos. So I ended up just mapping out this whole thing of how I was going to get involved, and and then got to what I currently do. So it's a really cool job.
That is, it's always awesome to hear like how a lot of our guests don't go through it the traditional route, like, film school and like dealing with that. Like a lot of them don't. And it's amazing to just see, you can really just make anything happen on your own, and finding your voice and place. So it's like you have this passion for music, and finding a way that you can mend the two together. That's the best. Like that's with me and Tessa in musical theater, and like trying to find a way to still incorporate that with our filmmaking that we also enjoy. So it's
Sure.
That's a really inspiring story to hear.
Thank you.
How do you get what's the process look like as to working with an artist? And is there like, how did you even did you have to network with the agency first? Like, can you speak more on that to someone who wants to maybe delve into the music video world? Yeah,
of course. First thing I would say is before the reaching out and stuff is you have to be very realistic with yourself and understand that this won't happen overnight. You have to be very persistent and hardworking, and in the end it'll pay off one way or another. So initially what I started doing is I would send emails, or I had this app called Songkick, and it would notify me every day if an artist was in my town for the next month. So I'd put out a calendar of who was in town. And then I would search their name. I would see if they had an email available. So I'd go on like Facebook or Instagram, try to find some form of contact and shoot an email and be like, hey, I'm a filmmaker in Vancouver. If you're interested in having some kind of recap video, let me know. And I would say when I started, it was pretty tough because I didn't even have a portfolio aside from one short film that is the complete opposite genre of what I was offering.
Yeah.
So like I'm showing them this indie short, and they're like, "What does this have to do with concert recap?"
Yeah.
But I emailed like tons and tons of people. I probably annoyed a few, but the few that said yes were the ones that basically helped me launch the career. And I usually how it works is, you know, you send the email. If they approve, sometimes you won't know until an hour before. So I was like in school as well. So I'd be finishing up a course and then running downtown, renting equipment. Cause at the time I didn't even have like the right lens. So renting out the equipment, running to the venue and shooting and just getting them what they needed. And you know, you get one piece of work. The first few are very bad, in my opinion, but the more you get in and you kind of build like a rep for yourself, it just it keeps building up. So it definitely took a while, and there's so many little things with it too, um, like the fast turnarounds they expect a lot,
Mhm.
which is you know, sometimes like most of the time now what I do is I'll stay up till 4 a.m. editing and just getting them that recap video right away. So especially with like bigger labels, if you're working with Sony or Interscope, they don't want the video or photo to be sent a week later. It's like not even worth posting at that point. Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's all that immediate, like, okay, we just played last night. Here's the recap. Like, of course, like that's what you see
yeah,
on the gram. Like that's exactly like how everyone is kind of just operating. Wow. Like
yeah.
I
you
didn't
need it
realize they
done.
were so
Yeah.
last minute and notifying you either. Like, okay,
Oh
show's in
yeah.
2 hours. Come by. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like you won't hear until I mean sometimes, so for instance with Tyler Shaw, I filmed once for them and then we kept a connection and I ended up filming more. So now with them it's like they'll let me know and I got this whole thing planned. But sometimes with other artists that it's a first time working with them, um it's very short notice. And
Mhm.
luckily now I have my equipment and stuff, but I live like an hour away from downtown. So I'm doing this whole drive and trying to
Yeah.
navigate. And sometimes you'll have something planned. Like I think one of the concerts, it was for Savannah Ray. She was opening for Jessie Reyez. And
Mhm.
it was like a big, one of the bigger gigs for sure. And I had planned, I think it was in October, like a Halloween event with my best friends. And we were going to go. And an hour before, like 30 minutes, I get the email approved. And I'm like, hey guys, so I can't come tonight. And I just drove
Oh,
downtown and filmed
Were you
instead.
already in your costume and makeup, like ready to go?
Like set to go. And I was like, not
You're
today.
like,
Yeah.
not today. Guess yeah. Guess I'll play dress up at this concert.
Yeah.
Do they give you like are like any specs? I guess like or like this is what we want or like or even in the editing because I wanted to ask also like at what kind as far as the footage goes do you go and color grade edit everything yourself do they give you also like a kind of vibe that they're going for do you just like inherently just feel that out and go with your gut like I think this is the look they would want like how do you
Mm,
know what how do you know to what kind of package you want to produce and like give to them because it's a concert
good.
so is there just an overall kind of you just like go with what the look of the vibe is and you're like okay I think I get it where they want a bit more
Hmm.
grungy or they want it more poppy like you know I'm
Yeah,
probably
for
using
sure.
yeah
That's a good question. Basically, so it depends on the artist and the manager.
mm,
Sometimes they'll be like, okay, we want more of a tour doc style, or we want exactly 30 seconds, just a little montage. And then other times, which I would say 80% of the time, there is no criteria. They're just like, do your own thing. And so in that case, if I'm able to know ahead of time, like a day before or a bit longer, then what I do is I research about the artist. I'll listen to their songs multiple times, check their like fan pages, go on YouTube, see live performances, so I can kind of map out what the vibe would kind of be like. But in the moment with concerts, like when you're filming, it's so unpredictable because the lighting setups they have sometimes they'll have these like strobes and then all of a sudden it's a blue light and I'm like trying to adjust the camera and you got to run and get all the angles.
oh
yeah.
So it's kind of a work with what you got thing, especially if you're like the way I do it is I'm an in-city um, concert coverage. So I'm not like on every single tour stop where it's like, oh, if I miss this shot, I can get it the next stop. It's like, no, you get it now and that's it, and you got to submit it. So it definitely, it helps you learn with time management. But in terms of criteria, initially I thought it was kind of nerve wracking when they'd be like, do your own thing. And I'm like, okay, but what if my thing is not something you'd like? So
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, it was quite a bit, but I think I've
Yeah.
gotten the hang of it, and some are specific, some aren't.
Yeah.
It
What do you
kind of
prefer
varies.
now?
I like doing my own thing, to be honest,
Yeah. I can.
because
Yeah. Once you
yeah,
get in the groove, like I feel like you can just have that freedom to create and express yourself as well, right? So that's
hmm
like kind of the juicy part for you in
yeah,
all of this.
100%. And you get to kind of develop your own cinematic style too.
Mm,
Initially, when I started, I was watching what other filmmakers were doing for concerts, which was very fast cuts, quick edits. And so I wanted to do like what they were doing. And I realized as I was going, like, no, I need to do what's true to me and what I'm good at. And I felt like I leaned towards the cinematic style. So that's kind of like the vibe I go for with all my videos now,
nice.
for at least concert videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't even
really
like
cool.
really think about the like technical logistics of it. Like when you said lights and stuff, like I mean lights are, huge for every concert. Like it doesn't matter what kind of music it
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
yeah, if you have strobes and different like crazy colors and stuff, that's got to be
Mhm.
tough.
Yeah. It's a lot. And even just pushing through the crowd, like
Yeah.
sometimes you'll have a good crowd and sometimes the crowd will be a bit um just hard to kind of be like, hey, can I pop in here and get this shot? And they'll be like,
Right.
they don't want to move or anything.
Yeah, where
Um,
are you
yeah.
situated in all of this? I was gonna ask, like, do you get a
Mhm.
VIP sec? Are you like back? Like, where are you? Are you literally in a mosh pit?
So kind of both. Usually I get the full access pass, so I'm able to go backstage. Like with Kim Petras, I got to go
Love her.
backstage and she's amazing. I was
I'm
so
obsessed with
nervous.
her. Oh my god.
She's so good. And I froze when I met her. Like I was coming back from an
Oh.
8-hour lecture in school, like just had wrote an exam, running to the venue, and I'm like, nice to meet you. And I just froze. I could not. It was a lot. It's
So
overwhelming.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's just something I feel like you're gonna just have to get used to because Sabine, you go in places. You're gonna be meeting,
Thank you.
keep going the
Thank
next.
you.
But yeah, I would feel the same. And then like the pressure too of like, okay, I love this artist. Now I gotta go make something for them. And it's like, yeah, that takes a lot.
100%.
So
Yeah.
you're all over. You get to because you need to get more than one angle. So naturally, yeah, you're gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
situated all over the stage, backstage. And is there
Backstage,
a
some
favorite
front row.
camera you like to work with?
Yeah. So I currently work with the Sony A6500, which I've been working with for since the start. So since I did that short film.
Yeah.
And the reason I like it is because it has 4K capabilities, which is
Mhm.
usually a sell-off when you're like, hey, I can offer a 4K video.
Right.
Sounds better than 1080p, even though like the difference is, I don't know how much of a difference there is.
Yeah.
And I'm able to shoot very flat, so that way I can color grade and give it a more cinematic feel as opposed to just like the already camera settings that are there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a Sony girl for sure. Not too much. I don't lean too much towards other camera stuff, but yeah. And
No,
then
good to
depending,
know.
mhm,
Mhm.
yeah.
What about sound? Like, so do you get the sound just from like the sound guy, like at the concert, and then add that into with the video and your editing, or like how does that all work?
So the sound is directly from my camera.
Oh, it is?
I'm
Okay.
not, yeah, I'm not able to
Wow.
be in contact with the sound person, unfortunately. So it's kind of like I'll have like my mic set up, and it'll capture, like I'll try to get kind of the artist talking, and then I'll use that to narrate the video, or like crowd cheering and stuff like that. But usually I'll take just the artist's song. It ends up being the song that they want to promote, and then I
Mhm.
use that as the background, and I'll throw in actual sounds from the concert in between, but they're usually just straight from my camera. I wish I could be in touch with the sound person. That would be so much better, but yeah, it's usually just straight from. And then I do some audio mixing, so it's quite a bit for a 30-second to 2-minute video.
Hey, Fem Fam.
How many of you are podcasters yourself or interested in keeping up with the rapidly growing podcast world?
There's so much to learn and keep up with, but we have just the way to do it.
Join the Podmov community. We get their daily newsletter delivered to our inbox, connect through the private Facebook group, and are even featured in their June 15th, 2020 issue.
They even have a huge annual summit for podcasters to network, learn, and perfect their craft.
If you're not convinced yet, just subscribe and try it out anyway, because guess what? It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time.
Use this link so they know we sent you. Don't worry, I'll read it off now, but we'll also type it out in our show notes for you to copy and paste. And it is podcastmovement.com/subscribe MWR =2EFF8BBA.
We'll see you in the Facebook group, or even better, at the summit. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine, like, I'm just thinking of, when I go to a concert and just take a little clip on my phone, and it's like, you can't hear shit when you do that, Yeah. And I mean, obviously your camera is way better quality, but still.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. No, like post-production must be intense then, especially if you're trying to deliver that. Like 30-second clip can take easily, all night. Are you kidding? Of course.
Oh yeah,
With,
especially,
do you have to take a nap so you're like readjust your eyes? Because even when I've been editing for hours, like I also need to like step outside and then like relook at everything with fresh eyes. Like, what's your process there so you don't go crazy?
I honestly don't really take a break. I just power through up until I'm able to send it off, and the second I send it off, power nap. Or I'll wait a bit for them to send if they need any revisions. Most of the time it's good to go, but that's basically kind of what I do. And you get used to it. I got those like blue eye glasses things.
I just got mine.
You
guys
too?
Can't see. Are you kidding? Yes, let's do a little picture.
Got mine too.
Oh my God. Hi.
Mine looks so bad.
Oh no, girl. I know. I look like
so
I'm from
bad.
the fucking 70s. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Let's do one more. Do the peace sign again because that's cute. Okay, love it. Thank you.
You can just draw some
so
glasses
cute.
on me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
No, because
Photoshop it in.
I was just going to say, well, wow, you must be like super blessed because my eyes, I like to power through things too. I don't like to like break, but still I find that it does help to, you don't have that advantage of looking at it again the next day with fresh eyes is all I'm saying. And good for you for still pushing through and not getting it done. That takes work and it's impressive. Because it's hard, as I know. That's why I just got these, because I'm now, because of quarantine especially, all I do is work on the computer all day, and it's just my eyes. I can't do this.
Yeah, same here. And that's why those naps are the best. It's after so much hard work, you're just all right, I'm gonna pass out now, and then I usually wake up to seeing the video posted on their page, so it's a good feeling, and I'm good reviews, we're good. And then carry on to
you're probably running on adrenaline too. I can imagine concert rush. That's kind of nice too. It's just
I miss it.
Oh girl, I know. R.I.P. I hope. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a minute. What are you doing to in the meantime to not go crazy over have you figured out a way to shoot concerts virtually? I don't know. What can you do? You can't do that.
It's
hard.
Tough. The only thing I can really do right now is local music videos. So I think they're extending to 6 people in a room, and usually we can get away with 2 or 3. We can get a music video done.
Nice.
So the most I can do now is that. Yeah.
That's at least something. It sucks.
But it's something.
It's something positive.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm curious, just because I keep talking about maybe moving there someday, but so we know Vancouver is a film hub. But as far as music goes, I've spent some time in New York City. Obviously I live in LA now, and I don't feel like LA is really a music city. Yes, there's big venues for when people come through on tours and stuff. But as far as local or smaller stuff, there's live performances, but it's not like New York is, and a lot of other cities are. So how is Vancouver for the music scene?
Um, so I would definitely say in terms of artists coming here, we have good venues. So
Mhm.
there's always someone in town every week. There's a lot of concerts going on. But in terms of the music industry itself in the city, I definitely think Toronto is where it's at for
Okay.
sure. Like that's the city where the music industry is booming, at least within Canada,
Mhm.
is what I noticed in comparison to Vancouver. And that's why I'm kind of hoping to end up there for a bit because just kind of going where my career leads me. But there's more business there. Vancouver has it has a music industry. It's just not like it's not as strong, let's say,
Yeah.
as per se as to Toronto and all that, but it has the venues. So there's always someone coming in.
Mhm.
So that's kind of the plus. We do festivals and stuff here. But in terms of the industry itself, I would say it needs some work for sure. Like local. Yeah.
Yeah.
Local
Yeah.
stuff.
Good to know. I can know
Yeah.
if I'm going to be going to a lot of concerts one day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's super nice. How about so LA is it kind of
I was
similar in
gonna
the
say
sense?
I disagree. I think there's I mean from what I've seen, like
Mhm.
there's a lot of performing spots and venues and a lot of artists constantly collaborating and trying to get seen. There's tons of cafes and they highlight them and so you're always trying to get a spot to then get seen and like put yourself out there. And then we have the big record labels out here. So I think we do have a really good. I mean, maybe not its comparison to Nashville because that's a
Yeah.
huge
Oh yeah.
city.
Yeah.
And New York, I didn't pay attention too much, but I just know a lot of. I guess I have a lot of music industry friends out here, so I follow their journey, and I would say
Yeah.
it's pretty hot. I'd say it's pretty hot
I
here.
mean,
Yeah.
just the fact that it is such a big city and a hub where so many people come, I think it's kind of bound to have, some music scene anyway
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I want
And
to move
Yeah.
up there.
yeah,
You
it's a lot of
should.
fun
No, I
here.
was gonna say like I've gone to a lot of cool I haven't gone to like the main cafes that are really hot for like performers trying to get out there, but I've been to like other like just these small little theater concerts and those are my favorite. And I have seen like the camera crew out there filming those artists and I think it's such a I love those like concerts more because it just feels you get that more intimate vibe and probably as like a filmmaker you can get
Hmm.
closer and like really capture a different kind of vibe than like this giant like
Huge venue. Yeah.
rager which that we have concert halls like that all over so like I think if you wanted to expand I would say LA is a great place to come and like get a huge variety of the really tiny intimate venues to like
Hmm.
the big like the Forum and the Hollywood Bowl, like all those giant like spots that are really fun.
One day.
So, girl,
Yes.
Yeah.
hit us up.
100%. And if you guys are here too, hit me up.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah.
plan something.
Tessa
Yeah.
going. She's gonna find her husband, her Canadian
That's going to be my way in. I've been trying for years, you guys.
Do it. Do it. Oh my God. That's so
I love
funny.
it.
I love that.
That's amazing. I'm curious, who is a dream like artist that you want to film for or do a music video for?
Mm, wow.
Do
A
you have
lot.
someone that you're like dying to like shoot?
Um, yeah, it's kind of a mix. So like it's I'll say big names, but it's hard to think that it would ever happen. But I think
No, put it out
artists
there.
I know,
Say
I
it.
don't know. I think like I kind of want to work with Canadian artists for music videos. So like Alessia Cara, Shawn Mendes, Ryland James. I think those would be so cool to just like help direct or even just be on set with them.
Yeah.
And those would kind of be, and if I had to think of like the top dream artist, probably Paul McCartney, but again,
Tesla
different
likes that.
world. We'll see. Yeah, we'll
That
see
was the
where
first
that
concert
goes.
I've ever cried at.
You've been? Oh my
Aw.
God.
Yeah, I saw him in Pittsburgh.
Of
That's
course
where I'm
she
from.
has.
Yeah.
Wow. I missed every concert.
And yeah, your ultimate goal is to be doing like music videos, right? That's
Mhm.
your thing. Or do you also like would you want to do like I know Beyonce like did that like and all the bigger stars they have these epic like almost documentary style like
Oh, like
films
Homecoming.
of their homecoming and the whole process of putting on this tour or this performance. Would you like to do something like that as well?
100%. It's actually funny you said that because I'm working on a documentary right now that has the potential to be broadcasted through like really big platforms,
Yeah.
which is what I'm kind of doing behind the scenes in a way, but 100%. Because I love doing tour docs more than like a 30-second recap where it's just
Right.
montage. I like storytelling a lot and I feel like I'm good at it and I would love to have that. So 100%, that would be a goal for sure, to do those tour docs. And the goal is really also just to be a full-time music video director and doing industry standard videos. But it's just about like working hard and reaching out. Networking is huge. So yeah, and I had my first tour, like my first big tour booked, but then quarantine happened. So I'm just gonna be
Of course.
patient and do what I can and yeah, and hope things kind of fall into place and work, basically. Yeah.
I mean, you accomplished the hardest part, which was like booking that tour. You know what I mean? Like getting put
Yeah.
on that job. So,
Yeah.
really it's once things go back to normal, you're set. You just gotta wait a
Yeah.
little.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You got it, girl. What's some advice would you give to someone who's starting out in trying to go this route, like doing tours and wanting to do music videos? Like what's some advice would you give to someone starting out?
I would say the biggest thing is networking. So put yourself out there. If you have to email 100 people to get one reply, do it and understand that rejection is normal and most likely 100% of the time you'll get rejected way more than you'll get a yes. But that one yes that you do get will open doors for so many other artists and so many other opportunities. So I would say just stay persistent, reach out, and always film. Have your camera on you, practice and master your craft because they want to see that you have that and you're reliable and you got a good rep to your name. So
I love that. That's well said. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, let our listeners know where they can find you. Even if you want to shout out like specific videos that are up right now for them to see or anything like that. Just
Yeah.
Share your work.
So you can find me at Sabine K Film on Instagram. And I also have a YouTube channel that is under Sabine K Film. And Vimeo is the same thing. So the same handle, but I'm mainly active on Instagram and I have a music video dropping, 2 music videos dropping in June and July. So
We'll have
stay
to follow
tuned for
you
that.
there on your YouTube. Yeah, I want to see that.
100%.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Is
So
one of them Petra's? I want to see Kim. I want to see my girl.
I think I have 3 videos of her on my YouTube channel. There's so
Okay.
much footage, but maybe one day music video or something would be insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're putting it out there.
Putting it out there.
2021. Let's go. A new year.
Knock on wood.
not this year, but yeah.
No, next year. Yeah.
Next year. It'll be a better year for everyone.
Great.
Yeah, no, Sabine, thank you for taking the time. This was really fun. I
Yeah, this
loved
was
learning
great.
about this space. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of elements I wasn't aware of. So it's fun. It's fun to hear. And I hope I know our listeners will enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me. Like this means a lot and I'm a big fan. So I can't wait to stay following and promote you guys and be there to see, get bigger and bigger.
Yes, no, likewise. We're Femme Friends, so
Yeah.
let us know whenever
Sure.
you're in town or if you have any questions
Yeah.
about LA, we got you.
Yes.
100%. Amazing. Yeah, for sure.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening to Femme Regard Podcast. If you like what you hear, tune in next time for more tips on the filmmaking business and insightful conversations with industry professionals over tea.
We can only grow with your support, so please subscribe, share, rate, and give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. If you leave us a great comment, we might give you a shout out on the show. For more on us, check us out at femregard.com.